Hi there once again, I am Cheche from the Slayedt Talks the podcast, and we have now reached the second to the last episode of talking about films. For this session, it's time to have a discussion about the audience's perception of significant film elements, such as the mise-en-scene, cinematography, sound, and editing. Indeed, such main elements have the respective purpose on how they can influence the viewers about what the film intends to portray. First, the mise-en-scene executes the composition of visual elements comprising of the setting, props, choreography, styling of actors' makeup and costumes, and the character performance. That will portray the relationship of the film towards how the audience can relate. Next, cinematography evokes the composition of the motion picture being visually captured. Alongside the application of design elements and principles, cinematography entails the technical means of performing the ideal lighting, shot size, camera focus, shot composition, camera placement, and camera movement. Meanwhile, sound is one of the most important elements in films that is being overlooked once it undergoes production and post-production stages. It comes with the fact that it will set the tone of the entire film that amplifies the emotion. Yet, sound entails the organization of the sound design, Foley sound, dialogue, and music score. Lastly, the editing marks to be the polishing touch when producing films. Now, when working with the film planning and conceptualization, it has to consider how filmmakers envision their overall visual based on the screenplay that will also reflect how an editor will completely arrange with exact timing and synchronization of all the footage, sound, and the visual effects throughout the post-production. One of my favorite films under sci-fi category is the Divergent Trilogy film series in 2014 to 2016. On a personal note, it technically introduced me to another universe that its visual language sets a dystopian society in the futuristics era, where people in a small city are divided into factions as the subject of experimentation on what type of humanity will survive. Every moment in the film comes with a mixed state of emotions alongside its tension from the environmental setting and the type of society existing. Perhaps this film series drives me to the fact that reality also portrays a political divide and chaos across the global lens, which widens the struggle of striving for the betterment of life and humanity in peace. Arranging all four components in the best way possible can convince the audiences depending on the impact towards them. It would be accurate to state that we have subjective taste in films, yet we contemplate the material and its impact on the collective perspective on what message it brings to the public. You better not miss my final episode of the Slayedt Talks the podcast anytime around. And this is Cheche once again. Thank you from the bottom of my heart and get ready for the final phase of the Cinephile Talks.